FM 1021 and AM 1450 KYNT Yankton.
Good morning. You are listening to the Coach's Corner on KYNT. Let's go to the voice of the Yankton Bucks and Gazelles, Bryce Ladwig.
And good morning. This is the Coach's Corner live from our home studios, 1019 Broadway Avenue here in Yankton. I am Bryce Ladwig. What a night of basketball we just had last night. The Gazelles came out strong in the first, but did eventually fall to the Harrisburg Tigers. A very good Harrisburg Tigers girls basketball team. It'll be exciting to see what they're able to do the rest of the year. And then the Bucks stepping up and taking on, going into the season, the number 2 ranked team in Class of AA in the entire state in the Harrisburg Tigers. And that was a long team. And by that, I mean lengthy. And by lengthy, I mean tall. That was just a big team for Harrisburg. And they are highly ranked for a reason. And Yankton is really showing their heart last night, taking it to the Tigers, punched them in the mouth early, and then it was a back-and-forth battle all the way down to the wire, which that is what I expect when it's the Yankton Bucks and Harrisburg Tigers for years now. Ever since I've been doing this for like 5 years, it's always been a 1 or 2 possession game going into the end. Being joined by Yankton High School Activities Director Ryan Morris to kick us off on the show today. Ryan, you've been doing this for a long time, and Harrisburg, Yankton, always clashing, always a good game.
Yeah, Harrisburg-Yankton's been a great basketball rivalry for years, so wasn't surprised at all to see the type of game that played out, and obviously happy to see that the Bucks came out on top. But, you know, when those preseason polls came out and Harrisburg was 2, and as I glanced down the list, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 receiving votes, we weren't anywhere to be found, which, you know, my own personal little, I kind of smiled a little bit because I know what those guys have and know what they've been doing. And, you know, a lot of those guys have been playing together, those seniors, since they were second graders on a little team called the Yankton Bulls. And they've been successful ever since they were little guys. And, you know, I've got a lot of faith in them, and I wasn't surprised at all to see what happened last night. Let's just put it that way.
And you can always look at it just from someone that doesn't follow. I mean, obviously I cover the team. You have someone that plays in the team, and you're the activities director of the high school. So we all know when we're in Yankton, but if you're on the outside looking in and you just look at a roster, the first thing you notice is just kind of lack of just height in comparison to the rest of Class AA. I mean, there's some tall teams out there, but this Yankton team, just being coached by Coach Chris Haynes, a run and gun offense, aggressive, getting into the passing lanes. It just really seems like they have the kind of that formula to attack just about any kind of lineup.
Yeah, you know, if you look at those guys, they've played so long together, like I mentioned earlier, they have a knack for where everybody's at on the court. They know their roles, and they get along together exceptionally well. If you look out there, there's smiles on all 5 of those guys' faces the whole time, and they're patting each other on the back, picking each other up, and they're happy just to see whoever's knocking shots down, making steals, making big plays on the offensive or defensive end. And they're just a great group. They've got some super chemistry amongst themselves. So that's something that's been created here over the past 10 years, and it's fun to watch.
Michael Moore's getting into the passing lanes last night, just kind of wreaking havoc there. He had some big plays that really kind of turned the tide for the Bucks on multiple occasions.
Yeah, Michael was just getting after it on defense last night. You know, I think, you know, he and his brother are kind of polar opposites. You know, Matthew was a prolific scorer, and Mikey's just a downright tough defender. And, you know, it's just fun to watch him play. Rugby did a great job on offense last night, being able to penetrate to the basket and score amongst guys that are, you know, trees on the inside. And Drew knocked some big shots down when we needed to. And, you know, Mikey had some huge steals, and it was just fun to watch them play overall together. And we were very physical against their bigger guys, and a lot of heart on the court out there. So wasn't surprised at all to see what happened, and kind of going to be fun to watch this thing roll here throughout the season.
Yeah, and we'll talk to Coach Chris Haynes. Well, actually, we'll just replay the post-game interview from last night. Here on the show, we talk a lot about rugby as well. 33 points last night. So Yankton Bucks victorious, 66-61 over the Harrisburg Tigers, 1-0 in league play and in overall standings. All right, Ryan, so now we have the winter sports have all kicked off or tipped off, however you want to phrase it. How everything's been going, because I know that on the admin side, getting it ready is one thing, and then once it starts, does it kind of, I'm not going to say are you not busy, because I know you're busy, but does it some of the pressure start to kind of maybe dial back?
Well, you know, there's so many moving facets to run like a home basketball game, for example. You need so many different moving parts with, you know, scorekeepers, shot clock operators, bookkeepers, supervisors, ticket sellers, etc., and our maintenance custodial staff to set everything up. So, you know, anytime you get the season started with something new, even though it's something they've all done before, everybody has to get in the role. into their role and get into the groove of taking care of business again. So, we kicked things off with the girls at home back on Tuesday against Huron, and everything went really well. So, but you can't put those events on without a lot of great help, and we certainly have a ton of great help. So, and then of course the winter season wouldn't be the winter without having a curveball thrown at us with Mother Nature right away last week here on Tuesday with that little storm system rolling through, on Thursday. But we just pick things up and try to keep things rolling. We lost middle school boys basketball games down in Norfolk that day. Our gymnastics team were kind of we lost an event that they actually still put on north of us. So Coach Olson and I are going to be searching to see if we can find something to replace that with, which a lot of season left. So hopefully we can do that. And our wrestlers, of course, didn't lose a triangular, but we got it bumped back to later in the season. So like always, once the winter season gets here, we got to be flexible and we got to just roll with the punches. And looks like next week could be interesting as well, weather-wise, for sure.
Well, you're dressed in blue in a predominantly red studio, but I think we all know why. Going up to Brookings today, right?
Yeah, looking forward to that too. The way the schedule worked out, STSU plays at home this afternoon against Eastern Washington at 4:00, and a lot of excitement up north as the STSU football team takes on Holy Cross here just in a couple hours at 11 a.m. So yeah, as soon as I get out of the studio, we're going to head north and enjoy a day of Jackrabbit activities, and definitely looking forward to that basketball game at 4:00.
All right, we talk every other week or so, or almost every week we try to, but kind of give us the Matthew Moore's update. I always like to hear.
Yeah, Matthew's getting into his role there, getting into the groove a little bit. 2 out of the last 3 games, he's had his career highs. He had 10 points at Kent State, and then he had 15 points out at Montana. And, he just is starting to get more confident playing at that college level. What people kind of forget is it had been almost 20 months since he had played a competitive basketball game. If you go from the March of the state basketball tournament his senior year until here just a few weeks ago back in November. So, it's been fun to watch him progress here over the last month. Obviously, having watched him play since he was a kindergartner, I certainly know what he can do, and all the people in Yankton here know what he can do also. And starting to see flashes of that on the court. You just you got to be on the court more than a couple minutes at a time, and he's starting to get those longer little runs on the court and starting to show flashes of the Matthew Moores we're all used to, where he can put the ball in the hoop and score in a hurry. So yeah, 15 points out in Montana last week. Obviously they fell on the wrong side of the win-loss column, but hopefully today they can keep things rolling against Eastern Washington. And I know Matthew, talking to him on the phone, he's got a lot of confidence and he's looking forward to jumping out in the court today. So we'll see how it goes. And then kind of a fun matchup on Monday night. They host Mount Marty up there. So that'll be an interesting one as well.
Yeah, we'll actually be covering that on the radio here. So looking forward to that one as well. And it's just always nice to see the Mount Marty players get that experience of playing up at that level and stuff. And then there's always a lot of cool, neat storylines that kind of unfold. So we'll see how all that goes. Ryan, always appreciate you joining us. Get on the road and safe travels, mostly. I think the roads are fine, but
should be good. No fog this morning like last night coming home. It was a little foggy coming home from Harrison.
Yeah, we got in the pickup. We're like, oh, man. we weren't expecting that, but safe travels. Thanks for joining us.
All right. Thanks, Bryce. Have a great day.
That was Ryan Morris, Yankton High School Activities Director. We'll take a break, come back, and continue here on the Coach's Corner.
SWAT Chiropractic and Rehab in Yankton has a newer research-based mindset when it comes to treating musculoskeletal aches and pains. We take the time to figure out where the pain is coming from and educate our patients on what they can do to improve their functional range of motion. We administer a range of treatments and preventative approaches that are customized to each individual patient and their health goals. Visit us on our website at swatchiropracticandrehab.com. When you need to feel better, visit SWAT Chiropractic and Rehab out by the lake on West Highway 52.
In the lab or up on stage, Mount Marty University has a place for you. From athletes and artists to academics and alumni, together we cheer each other on and work to make a difference in the lives of those around us. Show your spirit at a university that celebrates what makes us different. Schedule a tour at Mount Marty University by visiting mountmarty.edu or calling 605-668-1545.
It's time for a new kind of credit card, one that's with you where you are, wherever life leads. The Evergreen Credit Card by F&BO earns you unlimited 2% cash back on every purchase, every day, every step of the way. For important information and limitations regarding the rewards program, visit fnbo.com/evergreen for complete details. From the great big small bank, ever ready for you to earn more so you can do more. Only with Evergreen by F&BO. Learn more today at fnbo.com/evergreen.
Are you looking to get your career moving? Then Truxedo Bed Covers is looking for you. Truxedo of Yankton has immediate openings for first, second, and third shifts and offers weekly pay, full benefits package, with paid time off, paid holidays, a team-oriented atmosphere, climate-controlled work environment, and pay starting at $19.75 an hour. If you're ready to join the Truxedo team, visit truxedo.com/careers and apply today. Truxedo is a real truck company and equal opportunity employer.
Olson Pest Technicians is a family-owned business since 1966, and with over 50 years of pest management, they understand your issues, and their well-trained team will help you solve your pest problems. Issues with cockroaches, ants, bedbugs, bats, termites, spiders, rats, mice, or other creepy crawling pests, Olson Pest Technicians can treat and cure them. Right now, they can provide grain fumigation on the farm and do one-shots for homes to keep pests out for the winter. Call Olson Pest today, 800-KIL-BUGS.
Think about how people really see you. The kid at the drive-thru just sees a coffee drinker.
Please move forward.
Your local barista sees the person who loves the smiley face in their latte.
See you next time.
It's kind of the same way with insurance. Other insurance companies just see a customer, but a State Farm agent sees more. They see you as a neighbor. Your State Farm agent is here to get to know who you really are, so they can help life go right.
Call State Farm agent Rhonda Westland at 665-4411 today to learn more.
As a proud community bank, Core Trust delivers more than just checking and savings accounts. We invest in the cities and towns where we live and work by volunteering to coach youth sports teams, supporting local charities and the arts with our time and resources. Whether we live in a rural town in South Dakota or a suburban city in Minnesota, it's a place we call home. Core Trust Bank. Raise your expectations.
Member FDIC.
Do you have dry, sore, or irritated eyes? If so, you may have dry eye. At Vision Care Associates, we offer a simple, fast, and non-surgical procedure to treat black glands in your eyelids that can help your eyes to feel comfortable again. Schedule an appointment with Dr. Fieser to find out about dry eye treatment with our newest technology.
Vision Care Associates, where the health of your eyes comes first.
Getting the kids to practice on time. Remembering if it's your day to bring snacks. Making it to the game with a clean jersey. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like whether your kid is going to run toward first or third base. That's simple human sense.
Don't gamble. Insure with MTRC Smith Insurance in Yankton, your independent agent for home, business, auto, life, and bonds. MTRCSmithInsurance.com.
Support a local business that supports schools and events and provides fuel discounts for Yankton's largest employers. Triple Time Rudy's. At Triple Time Rudy's, you get that local friendly feel and also a unique offering of products. You'll find quality South Dakota products like Dimmick cheese and premium meats from the Kaler and Renner lockers, plus quality fuel products too. Conveniently located at 17th and Broadway for your daily fill-ups and convenience needs. Pull in to Triple Time Rudy's today.
Hey, welcome back to the Coach's Corner. Thanks to Ryan Morris for joining us. And we're actually going to switch things up a little bit here this morning. Usually I play the YHS Nation at the end of the show after we talk to the coaches, but trying to get some stuff sorted out here. And so we're actually going to play that now. And our very own Braden Butler, one of our sports producers here at KYNT, always catching us up on Yankton High School activities. Obviously, Ryan does that as well, but just really gets one-on-one interviews with those that are involved. And let's go ahead and check out what he has for us this week on YHS Nation. And here is that interview, if I can get everything going.
Welcome in, everybody. You're listening to YHS Nation here on KYNT. I am Braden Butler. YHS Nation is a look around Yankton High School at all the activities and events that are going on in the coming week, as well as a more in-depth look at a specific event or even a club or organization at Yankton High School in our weekly interview segment. On this week's edition of YHS Nation, I got a chance to sit down and talk to Mrs. Angela Larson, the choir director at Yankton High School, about the upcoming Winter Choir concert next week, as well as the cookie walk that is taking place before and after the concert, and the fact that this is a joint concert with the Yankton Middle School. Now it's time to take a look at the activities going on this weekend around Yankton High School, and the only one of note happening tonight, Saturday, December 10th. The high school winter semi-formal dance. Have fun and stay safe to all the YHS students who are going to be attending that tonight. Coming up after the break, we're going to have that interview that I did with Mrs. Angela Larson about the upcoming choir concert. You're listening to YHS Nation on KYNT. With all the activities going on around Yankton High School, sometimes it's hard to keep up. But now with KYN TV, you never have to miss a moment of the action again. KYN TV is on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, online at KYNT1450.com, and it even has its very own smart TV app on Roku and Apple TV devices. Download or subscribe today to ensure that you are always watching Yankton's home stream.
SWAT Chiropractic and Rehab in Yankton has a newer research-based mindset when it comes to treating musculoskeletal aches and pains. We take the time to figure out where the pain is coming from and educate our patients on what they can do to improve their functional range of motion. We administer a range of treatments and preventative approaches that are customized to each individual patient and their health goals. Visit us on our website at swatchiropracticandrehab.com. When you need to feel better, visit SWAT Chiropractic and Rehab out by the lake on West Highway 52.
Welcome back here on YHS Nation. I am Braden Butler. Joining me currently is choir director at Yankton High School, Mrs. Angela Larson, talking about the Cookie Walk and the upcoming holiday choir concert. Mrs. Larson, how are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good, thanks.
You know, you got a winter concert coming up here shortly with the middle school getting involved with the high school, as well as a cookie walk. If you want to, we'll start there with the cookie walk. If you want to give some more information on that.
Sure. So we do an annual cookie walk before and after our holiday concert each year, and it's a fundraiser for the choir students. It helps us, our choir boosters, with things like uniforms. We have to, get them fitted and altered each year for the different students that we have, so it helps with that. And basically people can come in and they have gloves for them to put on, and you walk through it's kind of like a bake sale. You pick out your cookies that you want, put them in a box, and at the end they weigh them on a scale, and you pay per pound. It's $7 per pound of cookie or Christmas goodies, whatever we end up having. And you can come at 6 o'clock, which is before the concert. The concert starts at 7, and then it'll reopen again after the concert.
$7 per pound. I didn't realize we were selling cookies by the pound. This sounds like a great deal for me.
Yeah.
Getting into the concert itself, I saw that it was a joint concert between the high school and the middle school. If you want to give more information on the concert and how that is going to be divided, if it's just going to be middle school is going to do their thing and high school is going to do their thing, or if there's anything where they intermingle.
Yeah. So the middle school choir is going to open up the program with a couple songs on their own, and then each of the high school choirs are going to do a couple songs. So all 4 of the choirs performing get to sing a couple alone, but then at the very end, all of the kids are going to come up on stage and do a few songs together, ending with "We Wish You a Merry Christmas." So I think it's a really fun way to get those middle school kids involved with the high school kids, so they can kind of see what they have to look forward to, and just sing with a little bit more mature sounding singer and the older kids.
Get a chance to look forward at what's next in your future at Yankton High School when you get to that age, and also, like you mentioned, getting to work with more mature singers, just kind of seeing that next level in the future.
And I've even gone over to the middle school and worked with them a little bit, and I think it's just a good opportunity for them to get to know me and know, like, okay, when I go into high school, this is what it'll be like. So yeah, it's a good experience and opportunity for everyone.
Well, it sounds like it's going to be a great time. And you mentioned, just to reiterate everything, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, cookie walk, you get there at about 6.
Yeah.
And the concert starts at 7. The cookie walk will shut down until after the concert, and it'll open back up.
Yeah, exactly.
Of course, free admission for the concert, and then $7 per pound of cookie during the cookie walk. Sounds like a great night to me.
Yeah, definitely. Come and fill up. And maybe if you don't want to bake, this is a good way for you to get some Christmas goodies without having to do the work.
Anything for less work, right? Especially during the holiday season.
That's right.
Well, thank you again for taking the time to talk to me, and I hope everything goes well on Thursday. Be sure to get out on Thursday, support Yankton High School and Middle School with their holiday joint concert. Free admission to the concert, $7 per pound of cookie during the cookie walk. Sounds like a great deal. Thank you again to Mrs. Angela Larson.
Sounds good. Thank you.
You're listening to YHS Nation on KYNT. Want to enjoy some Yankton High School action but don't want to do the cooking for the get-together? Head out to the KYN TV official watch party location, Finney's Sports Bar and Casino. With more TVs and a new and improved menu, bring your friends and family to Finney's for every game.
Oh, I thought we'd never make it.
Me neither. I've never driven in a storm like that before.
Oh, man.
But we're home.
Yeah.
We're just a garage door away from...
Oh, what's the matter?
It's not working.
Why not?
I don't know. Who do I look like? Upper Midwest garage door?
Nah, they're much more handsome.
Don't get stuck in the cold. Before winter hits, call Upper Midwest Garage Door, your authorized Clopay dealer. They'll make sure your doors always go up so they never let you down. Online at uppermidwestgaragedoor.com.
Welcome back in on YHS Nation. Thank you again to Mrs. Angela Larson for taking the time to talk to me about the upcoming choir concert next week, as well as the cookie walk taking place the same night. Now, before we close the show, we have to take a look at the schedule for next week's activities around Yankton High School. Getting it started on Monday, December 12th. There's an orchestra concert that night at 7 p.m., 6th grade through the 12th grade at Yankton High School in the main theater. Jumping ahead now to Tuesday, December 13th. Gymnastics has a varsity triangular at 5:30 p.m. versus multiple schools at River City Gymnastics and Cheer. And girls and boys varsity basketball both tip off at 7 p.m. The girls will be at home at the Summit Activities Center versus Sioux Falls, Washington. The boys will be on the road in Sioux Falls at Sioux Falls, Washington. Once again, both of those tipping off at 7 p.m. Moving on to Thursday, December 15th, the high school choir cookie walk gets started at 5 p.m. with the high school and middle school combined holiday choir concert starting at 7, running until about 8:30. Next Friday, December 16th, the debate team has a varsity tournament versus Brookings at Brookings High School. And to round out next week, boys basketball varsity game at 7 p.m. at home versus Sioux Falls. Lincoln will have coverage of that right here on KYNT and KYN TV with Bryce Ladwig on the call. Thank you all for tuning into another week of YHS Nation. Until next time, stay safe, be good people. We're out here on KYNT.
Buying or selling your home is one of the biggest decisions you may make in your lifetime. I'm Deb Speck with Vision Real Estate, and I'm ready to help guide you with professional advice from before the listing until after the close. Not only will you get real estate knowledge, but also we provide moving boxes and an enclosed courtesy trailer to help make the move just a little easier. Call me today at 664-5555.
It's that time of year again, and Yankton Rexall recommends you protect yourself from the flu bug by getting a flu shot from our pharmacy. Hi, this is Michael. Stop in anytime Monday through Friday and receive your seasonal flu shot. No prescription or appointment necessary. We'll even bill Medicare or insurance for those eligible. Stop in and let us protect you from the flu bug this season. Yankton Rexall, your hometown pharmacy since 1923, located in the Meridian District.
The holidays are approaching, and while you're busy planning family gatherings and other events, you may forget everything else. The Yankton Medical Clinic reminds you to use all remaining flex dollars before the end of the year. Whether you're due for a checkup, in need of a procedure, or burn yourself cooking that turkey, the physicians at the Yankton Medical Clinic are available to help. You spend all year planning your finances. Don't let your flex spending dollars go to waste. Call for an appointment today or visit yanktonmedicalclinic.com. So much care, so close to home.
There are a lot of benefits for your small business when you have a relationship with your locally owned and operated The UPS Store. I'm Doug Frederick, manager of the UPS Store of Yankton. Not only do we provide excellent customer service, but we also provide the necessary tools to help your small business thrive. We can help you with everything ing, printing, packing, copying, faxing, freighting, any ing your small business needs, even shredding, notarizing, mailboxing, every ing for your small business, and of course, shipping. The UPS Store of Yankton, across from Walmart.
Oh, I thought we'd never make it.
Me neither. I've never driven in a storm like that before.
Oh, man.
But we're home.
Yeah.
We're just a garage door away from...
Oh, what's the matter?
It's not working.
Why not?
I don't know. Who do I look like? Upper Midwest garage door?
Nah, they're much more handsome.
Don't get stuck in the cold. Before winter hits, call Upper Midwest Garage Door, your authorized Clopay dealer. They'll make sure your doors always go up so they never let you down. Online at uppermidwestgaragedoor.com.
Bring the crew to Pizza Ranch in Yankton. This is Annie, and we have legendary pizza and chicken just waiting for you on our buffet. Let us know what you're craving, and we'll make it fresh and bring you the first slice. Or let us deliver right to your front door. Your locally owned Yankton Pizza Ranch on Broadway, 665-1222.
It's where life tastes better. Surround them up and head her down to the Pizza Ranch.
Whoa, that's good.
Hey, welcome back to the Coach's Corner. I was able to catch up with head coach Trey Creer of the Yankton Gazelles at halftime of the Bucks basketball game last night. That's how we do that. And for those that may have not heard, he talked about the game. So obviously, let's just use that here for the Coach's Corner. And we'll jump right into that conversation again that I had with Coach Trey Creer at halftime of the Yankton Bucks basketball game just last night.
To see if she can help you save some money. All right, Coach, obviously that's a really good Harrisburg squad. It was a good first quarter for the Gazelles, though. Just kind of your game plan coming in. How did it unfold?
Yeah, I thought Cameron Koletsky did a good job for us being aggressive to the basket. Thought she did some things all throughout the game, looking for opportunities for her shot, looking for opportunities for her to get to the basket and find ways to impact the scoreboard. Unfortunately, there was a lot of times out there where Harrisburg was able to get us kind of discombobulated, and we didn't get very good movement. We didn't get a lot of flow. We looked like a lot of kids were kind of just standing and watching each other and trying to figure out what to do. And, some of that credit goes to the leadership that Bailey LaCroix has given to us so far. She was under the weather today and really wasn't herself out there, gave it a go, tried to get herself involved in the game, but just really wasn't the leader that she has been for us out there on the floor. And it showed, and it showed in a lot of different ways on the floor for us.
You were able to use a little bit more of your depth tonight, see some girls get some more varsity time. It's always nice to be able to, obviously you want a different situation, but to be able to see them on the floor.
Yeah, we got some of our JV kids an opportunity to get out there. Kai Lilly does a good job of finding opportunities for her to pull the trigger, and she's a kid who can shoot the ball from the perimeter and impact the game from that way. So, we get a chance to see some things with some different kids when we get in the situation that we were in tonight. But ultimately, we got to find some ways to be a little bit more consistent offensively, and we got to keep shooting the ball, and we got to keep being confident in ourselves. And fortunate for us, we're going to get a chance to get some rest here this weekend, going to get a good opportunity on Monday to get back in the gym, and we get to host the Washington Warriors on Tuesday night, who's going to be a very high quality basketball team.
We're playing this on the Coach's Corner tomorrow morning, so go ahead and give me a way too soon preview of Sioux Falls, Washington.
Yeah, so Sioux Falls, Washington has a lot of pieces to the puzzle that you would want to have to be a good team. They got some perimeter shooters in the Harp girls, the twins, going to USF to play at the college level. They got some big girls inside who really do a good job of commanding the paint and dominating the paint. And then they got a lot of auxiliary guards who just do a lot of the little things that you need kids to do to be able to be successful. They play a full court game, a lot of trapping, a lot of full court defense, and trying to turn their defensive opportunities into offense. So, it's a position that we want our group to be in eventually, to be able to play at that level. So we got to make sure we get ourselves ready to go and see if we can put our best foot forward.
SWAT Chiropractic and Rehab to figure out where the pain is coming from and educate our patients on what they can do to improve their functional range of motion. We administer a range of treatments and preventative approaches that are customized to each individual patient and their health goals. Visit us on our website at swatchiropracticandrehab.com. When you need to feel better, visit SWAT Chiropractic and Rehab out by the lake on West Highway 52.
And we keep rolling here on the Coach's Corner. Sorry for the abrupt ending, but that was from halftime of the Yankton Bucks matchup and my post-game coach interview with Coach Trey Creer of the Yankton Gazelles. We're going to do the same thing for the Yankton Bucks. Obviously, very happy Coach Chris Haynes came up and talked to me in the broadcast booth at Harrisburg High School last night following a 66-61 Yankton Bucks victory. And again, that was just a solid performance with the Yankton Bucks, top to bottom. That team is just going to be fun to watch all season long. Here's a conversation I had with Coach Chris Haynes.
Thank you for joining us here. You like to keep it very interesting with Harrisburg, the Yankton Bucks do. That's back-to-back years of my heart-skipping beats in the fourth.
Yeah, and even longer than that. We've had some battles with those guys, and Coach Lingrock does a great job every year with his kids, and it seems like every time we play those guys, it comes down to the wire. And this time, fortunate enough for us, we were able to come out on top.
It's just rankings, and as far as you and the team are concerned, you don't care. But people that talk about stuff, this is the second-ranked team coming into the season, but just coming out and just kind of punching them in the mouth, the Yankton Bucks did, and stayed with them, went back and forth all game. Just kind of, how was the game flow for you as a coach?
Yeah, it's the first game, so we just told the boys, go out and play hard and compete, and that's the most important thing on game one. It's, it's not always going to be pretty, and, defensively, both, Coach Lingrock could probably say the same thing. A lot to clean up both sides defensively, but they're preseason number 2 for a reason. They're so talented, and they got 4 starters back from a state semifinal team. That team's going to win a lot of games, and but again, just proud of our guys for first game of the year, competing, playing hard, and when you do that, and you'll give yourself a chance most nights, and that's what we did tonight.
Michael Moore's, and there's a lot of great defensive efforts on the floor tonight, but Michael Moore is just really harassing those passing lanes. Kind of talk about his game, especially on that end of the floor.
Yeah, he did great. First of all, Mac and Rugby had tough assignments on Detterman and Merman, guys that, Detterman 20 a game last year, Merman 16 a game last year. So then the other guys, though, like Mikey, and like you said, especially, they knew that they had to help. You can't guard those 2 guys one-on-one the whole game. And those guys did a great job of helping and understanding, and then pressuring their guys when they had it. We wanted to get after those other guys, and so that they couldn't just pass it to Detterman and Merman so easily, or into the post. I mean, Phipps is a load in there. But yeah, it was contributions from everybody. Even though Mikey didn't have his best offensive night, he did great things for us on defense and spacing the floor and hustle plays and all kinds of things for us.
And we're using this for our coaches show in the morning, so I'll talk about more individual players in more detail tomorrow morning, but I can't let you escape without talking about Rugby. Wow, what a performance from him tonight.
Yeah, we haven't had very many guys get 33. That's a lot of points. And just happy for Rugby. The kid's put in a ton of time, and he works as hard as anybody. He's just a competitor. He's a tough kid, and obviously been a point guard for us the last 4 years. And so for him to come out here on opening night of his senior year to have a game like that, he deserves it, and so happy for him.
Coach, congratulations. Thanks for making my job fun, and thanks for joining me.
Yeah.
All right, that was from the post-game coach interview I had with Coach Chris Haynes. We'll take a break, come back, and let's start talking Yankton wrestling with Coach Riley Smith on the Pizza Ranch phone line.
In the lab or up on stage, Mount Marty University has a place for you. From athletes and artists to academics and alumni, together we cheer each other on and work to make a difference in the lives of those around us. Show your spirit at a university that celebrates what makes us different. Schedule a tour at Mount Marty University by visiting mountmarty.edu or calling 605-668-1545.
And welcome back to the Coach's Corner. This is Bryce Ladwig, and I had a chance to catch up with Coach Riley Smith of Yankton Wrestling. And it's actually one of the first conversations we've had this season, so very thankful for him to be able to join me. Just talk to him just a little bit earlier. And so here is that conversation. And welcome back to the Coach's Corner. Bryce Ladwig here. Let's talk Yankton Bucks and Gazelles Wrestling with Coach Riley Smith. Coach, before we talk about the cancellation from yesterday or Thursday, this is playing on Saturday because of the weather, let's talk about Tuesday's event, a quad up at Sioux Falls, Washington. The Bucks went 2-1. I'll let you talk about that. That's a nice try or nice quad to be a part of.
Yes, yeah. Last year from last year, we lost a few guys, but we've had some younger guys step up into the lineup and have been doing pretty well and wrestling well for us. We started off the night against Lennox, and we started off real strong, came out and had a really good showing, from all of our wrestlers, boys and girls, and so it was really nice to see that. It's one of those things where, like, for us right now, one thing we're working on is, first duel, we got to be ready to go, and sometimes we get a little bit were a little laggy on that first duel, but this one was much better. Came out, guns a-blazing, ready to go, and did a great job, finishing out that duel. Then we wrestled Lincoln. We didn't, we lost that one, but, it was one of the things that we talked about as a team that, from last year to this year, we gained some ground on them. They got a good squad. They have some really good wrestlers throughout their lineup, and for us to wrestle the way we did against them, that was a victory in itself. And so it was really nice to see them step up in that duel. And then Washington was a close one. It came down to some of the last wrestlers that we had to, secure the win for that. And those are always fun duels. You always want to win, but, when you're in the close ones, it's just exciting to see everyone get involved. Everyone on the bench is, up cheering for their teammates, and it's always fun to see that. And so, it was a close duel for Washington. Again, they had some really good kids as well, and for our wrestlers to step up and wrestle the way they did, it was a good night.
And then Mother Nature didn't want you to compete at the Vermilion Triangular, Coach. Obviously, too much snow, had to call it off. But what game plan do you have now for the wrestlers? They're all pumped up, ready to go. Kind of how do you assess that with practice now?
Yeah, it's always a kind of a change of pace. When you gear up for the day of a competition, and then all of a sudden, it gets canceled and you got to plan for practices. It changes the mindset, but I think that, going into days, for this practice and then getting ready for the next competition, I think they're just going to be even more hungry. They're looking at trying to get keep the momentum going. And so, next week we'll be going into the Sioux Falls, Washington Invite, which is our first individual tournament. And when we have those tournaments, that really lets some of our wrestlers individually shine. And so knowing that, kind of going into the next week of practice, I think that, cancellation is just going to keep them hungry and ready to go for the next one.
Hey, Coach, what date and kind of what start time is that again, to remind people that might want to go watch that?
Yeah, the invite at Sioux Falls, Washington, it's December 17th, and it'll start at 9 a.m.
December 17th at 9 a.m. All right. Well, I always appreciate that. Coach, this is one of the first times we've actually been able to catch up this season. So briefly, I want you to tell people who's helping you on your coaching staff and just kind of just some of the things that we should have probably talked about week one. We just couldn't really connect.
Yeah. So this year, I have Coach Tyler Schuring and Nick O'Connor. They're returning as assistants. They do, a fantastic job working with our wrestlers. Tyler's been with the program for years. And, Nick's been with us for a couple of years now. They do a fantastic job working with all levels of all wrestlers. And then at the middle school, we have Coach Ryan Haig and Jason Pasco helping out with the middle school. And, again, Ryan, Coach Haig's been with the program for a long time, and, he's got wrestling. And then this year, we're always looking to continuously improve our seasons. Last year was a tough season. This year we got some young kids coming up. We got Dylan Sloan, Asa Swenson, Nevaeh Leonard, Monica Massey, wrestlers that are coming back, to step up and be leaders on the team and help those young wrestlers to, prep for this season and make the most of it.
No, absolutely. Again, 17th, Yankton up in competition at Sioux Falls, Washington. Coach, always appreciate you catching up. Let's catch up next week, and congratulations onto the successful start of the season.
Yeah, thank you.
Coach Riley Smith, Yankton Wrestling. We'll take a break, come back, and continue here on the Coach's Corner.
It's time for a new kind of credit card. One that's with you where you are, wherever life leads. The Evergreen Credit Card by FNBO earns you unlimited 2% cash back on every purchase, every day, every step of the way. For important information and limitations regarding the rewards program, visit fnbo.com/evergreen for complete details. From the great big small bank, ever ready for you to earn more so you can do more. Only with Evergreen by FNBO. Learn more today at fnbo.com/evergreen.
Hey, welcome back to the Coach's Corner. Appreciate Coach Riley Smith catching up with me. And let's talk Yankton Gazelles gymnastics. Same deal. We caught up with Coach Justin Olson earlier, and go ahead and jump right into that conversation. Their season has got off to a hot start as well. And by hot, I just mean busy. These coaches are very busy. So the fact they take time for the show, I always want to say to them that I appreciate it. Here's a conversation I had with Coach Justin Olson, Yankton Gazelles Gymnastics.
And welcome back to the Coach's Corner. This is Bryce, Ladwig. Let's start talking at Yankton at Gymnastics. Coach Justin Olson joined us on the Pizza Ranch phone line. Coach, Mother Nature didn't want you to compete up in your last meet. Obviously, it still went on as scheduled, right? But you just couldn't quite make that trip.
Right. Yeah. With our early out, that puts the kibosh to our activities here at the high school and the middle school. So, but that's fine. The weather would have been dicey, and it's we're definitely safety first conscious, and that's you don't want anything to happen. And our school district does a really good job of relating that to us coaches. And they have the best interest of all of us in mind. So we're thankful that we didn't make the trip up there. Would like to compete it, but like I said, it's a long season, safety first, and we'll have many opportunities coming up here down the road. So yes, and especially in a bus coming back in some sketchy weather, it doesn't make for the nerves don't settle down as much as it would if it was a nice day. So.
Oh no, I get it. And for those wondering what the heck I'm talking about, that was I believe a quad, right, up in Mitchell, or triangular maybe. Let me see.
No, it was a quad. Yep. It was Mitchell, Pier, Gorman. Then we were supposed to attend, but down south here we got a little bit of weather, as we know. So.
But instead, let's quickly talk about Tuesday's quad that was at Lincoln High School. Yankton finished third, kind of right in the middle there. Really nice performance. The top overall performer for Yankton, Mackenzie Steinbreck, and she finished sixth in the overall. So, Coach, why don't you talk about the team performance, a little bit about her?
Yeah, so we were down a couple gals. We have two of them that are injured, all-arounders for the JV. And then we had our top all-rounder, Ava Collar, out with the illness. And but you know what? It gave out more opportunities for these girls to compete. So we went up there, and like Mackenzie, as the leader, as the senior leader did, she went out and had a really solid performance for us. And the other girls followed, so it was good. We had some ups and downs again, which is fine early on this season. Just trying to get used to some things, get used to our routines. But that was good. We got to see some really good gymnastics up there with Lincoln putting together a pretty good meet. But I mean, we're right there, Bryce, and that's what's exciting about it. Even with one of our top all-arounders out, those girls pick up the slack, and we had a lot of good performances, some of the best on the year, this early season year, for some of those young girls as well.
And then you have a meet, the first home meet at River City Gymnastics and Cheer, that is on the 13th. So this coming Tuesday. And Coach, we say it every time, but you never know who is and isn't listening at certain times. If a person wants to come and watch this event, how do they do so?
Well, they just show up at the old J.C. Penney building out there at the mall. We're on the backside there. If you don't know where the old J.C. Penney's building is, on the backside of the mall there. And show up at 5:30. And you're going to see, again, one of the top teams in the Class A division with Madison. They'll be there. Then Huron, who has another young team. And they will be both competing hard, and along with our Gazelles, it should be a good showing in a great environment at the River City Gymnastics and Cheer Center. And yeah, come on out at 5:30, probably done right around 8 and 8:30. So a lot of good gymnastics going on, gives us another chance to compete in a familiar place, and hopefully we keep on making those gains.
Well, it's a great team, a great facility, and should be great fun for those that choose to attend. We'll have all the results for you, of course, on KYNT platforms. Coach, as always, thank you for joining us here on the Pizza Ranch phone line and the Coach's Corner.
Are you looking to get your career moving? Then Truxedo Bed Covers is looking for you. Truxedo of Yankton has immediate openings for first, second, and third shifts and offers weekly pay, full benefits package with paid time off, paid holidays, a team-oriented atmosphere, climate-controlled work environment, and pay starting at $19.75 an hour. If you're ready to join the Truxedo team, visit truxedo.com/careers and apply today. Truxedo is a real truck company and equal opportunity employer.
And welcome back to the Coaches Corner. This is Bryce Ladwig. Thanks to all of our coaches for joining us. And sorry about the schedule kind of getting thrown around there with what we're going to do first on the show, but I think we got it all mostly taken care of. Big doubleheader last night. Gazelle still looking for the first win. They've had some nice performances and stretches of performances. And then the Yankton Bucks starting their season off strong, taking down the number 2 ranked team in Class AA. That's the way to do it. Later today, make sure you tune in to KYNT, KYN TV, Mount Marty basketball hosting doubleheader versus Jamestown at Simple Arena. We will have it here for you, 1:30 pregame. Tell Tanner on the call. And then, of course, you obviously have FCS playoff football with South Dakota State taking on Holy Cross. That begins at 11 a.m. And you can, I think, watch that on ESPN Plus. So that is where you can find that game as well. And thanks to all of our sponsors making this show possible. Thanks to you, the listener and viewer. Remember, we are on KYN TV as well on YouTube, the live show. Not too long ago, entering into this past fall season. And I think we will continue to do so. So always appreciate your support. This has been the Coaches Corner here on KYNT.
KYNT, Yankton, FM 102.1 and AM 1450.
From ABC News, with the sudden loss of the